Hello again, this is Kaycie from thejoyfullotus.com, and I'm here to talk to you today about a really cool tarot deck that I thought it would be appropriate to talk about since Halloween is right around the corner, which I'm very excited. As you can see, I have my Halloween themed earrings already out. This deck is called the Halloween Tarot. The art is done by Kipling West, and I wanted to just do a quick pros and cons of the deck for you in case you are thinking about getting a new deck or you like the idea of having a Halloween themed deck for this time of the year. So I hope my review is helpful. If it is, please leave a comment so I can do more things like this. Alright, so let's start off with a basic walkthrough of what the deck is like. You've got your trump cards, your major arcana, and they are pretty straightforward, very similar to your other trump cards and other decks. For example, the Fool is depicted as a clown, which is an appropriate Halloween character, but also a great character for the Fool. So there's the basic 22 major arcana. And then you have your minor arcana, and instead of the pentacles, wands, swords, and cups, you have pumpkins, bats, ghosts, and imps. Imps represent the fire element or your wands. Ghosts represent the water element or cups. The bats represent swords or the air element, and pumpkins represent earth or your pentacles. So it's kind of fun and playful. And we'll start with the pros, the things I like about this deck. First of all, the artwork is great. Kipling West did a fabulous job combining old horror movies, anything Halloween-y that you would see in a regular home in America during Halloween, but also some Day of the Dead elements, sideshow artwork. It's just kind of everything weird and quirky and fun that could be included is in this deck, and I really like that. I also like, and it's just a silly little thing, but I was that kid when I was little that used to love books where a character keeps recurring on every page. Like you have to find how this character shows up. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but let me show you. In this deck, you see this small black cat, and this cat shows up in every card. Let me show you another one. The Magician here. So this little cat is in every card, and sometimes really creatively put to use, and I just thought that was cool. And since I picked up on that, I also thought this would be a really fun deck for children if you wanted to share your tarot reading with your kids. This is a great deck for that because it's playful, it's cartoonish, it's got, the Halloween theme. So it'd be a really fun way to share your tarot passion with your children. And the biggest plus of this deck, that, in my opinion, is the fact that the cards themselves, the images correspond really closely to your classic tarot, the Rider-Waite system. And so I find it really easy to move from reading the Rider-Waite deck to reading the Halloween Tarot deck, which I think is super helpful, especially if you're just starting out and you've just finally familiarized yourself with your Rider-Waite deck and you're kind of getting bored or you want to branch out. The Halloween Tarot would be a great place to move because you wouldn't have to relearn all the cards. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we have the Two of Cups and the Two of Ghosts side by side. Notice the cat is the winged feline above the two characters, but they're still joining hands, looking at each other, representing a union. The snake is still in the card. All the main elements are still there, and it's fairly similar. Another good example is the Seven of Swords and Seven of Bats. Again, looking over the shoulder, clearly stealing or taking things that don't belong to him. The only thing I think I like better about the Halloween deck is that you can read the facial expression on the thief. And a lot of the Rider-Waite cards don't have very readable facial expressions. So there's something fun and helpful about the cartoonish drawings of the characters. You can definitely pick up on some emotional output, and that's not common in every deck. So I guess that's another pro for the Halloween Tarot. As for the cons, I don't have as many, honestly. The only thing that I think is a drawback to this deck is that it's so seasonal. I don't often use it outside of the month of October. It's not something I pull out in July, and it's one that I rarely use in professional setting just because it is so seasonal. That being said, if you would like to have a reading done with this deck, I decided it would be fun to run a Halloween special where you get a Halloween themed reading with the Halloween themed deck. And basically what I'm going to do is I'll lay out the 4 cards for you. The first card represents how am I tricking myself in the present. The second card is what ghosts are haunting my past. The third card is how can I treat myself better in the future. And the last card, kind of lying beneath the others, is what monster lurks in my shadow. The deep part of the unconscious. So if you'd like to have a reading with the Halloween deck on Halloween or before Halloween and are excited about that, then please go visit thejoyfullotus.com and order your reading today. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this walkthrough of the Halloween Tarot deck. And again, if you're interested in getting your Halloween reading, just let me know. Thank you and namaste.